Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Can happen sometimes. Let's see if people still tune in. If they didn't run away. Thomas, you can now send the invite to join, and I'll add you in. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me check if Thomas is here, so we have him back. Meanwhile, I'll just play a little bit. Let's see. Any minute. Here we go. We're back. Thank you everyone for waiting. Hey man, you see me now?
Yes, we're good. We're back.
It happens to everyone. It's okay. I see people are back, so we're
Cool.
good.
Cool.
Yeah. So we can't see all the questions that we had, but if people have some new questions, and if not, we'll make our last 5 minutes here, and we'll leave some taste for more for next time.
Cool.
And yeah, so yesterday I showed Thomas something that we've been talking about in the past, but it's how to take a vertical position and work it out. So I've been talking about stacking thirds. Like if you take a vertical position, let's say F Lydian, which is just basically in C major, all natural notes. If you really want to master a position, what you can do is you can think in terms of stacking thirds. So if we'll do ascending, descending, that will be 1, 2, and then so that will be 2. So
Yeah.
now Thomas, you can demonstrate how to do the number 3.
Yeah, 3 will be the triads. The triads of F Lydian. Which these are the ones like the triads and the sevenths are the ones I worked on
Okay.
the most. So like the just normal thirds, I didn't do much. So basically, you'd have so what I always did with this stuff too is I really tried to think of the stuff and try to not let it become muscle memory, because I think that's super easy for a lot of this stuff, is to just become muscle memory. So I'll try to do this stuff and try to say each chord as it passes. So you're gonna have F. So then you're gonna go up from your fifth of that previous chord into the next chord and come down a G. So you have F, G, A minor, B diminished, C, D minor, E, and then you're back to F like that. And then you can just keep going through that whole position right there and try to come back down too, which is definitely the hardest one.
Right, and of course you can do that on any position when you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can add another third. So we did 2. I mean, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now triads. Now if we add another third, we get a 7 chord, of course.
7 chords, yeah.
So up F major 7, down G7, up A minor, up C major. Okay,
yeah.
Let's try 5, Thomas. So go ahead and try 5s.
So 5 is gonna be your tension 9, right?
Right.
So basically you're gonna have a F major 9, and then down G9, A minor 9, B diminished with a flat 9, C major 9, D minor 9, oh, this is tricky, E minor flat 9, right? And then you're going to have F major 9 right there.
Right.
All the way through the scale.
I've been working on that.
Yeah, and, you burn it, man. I cannot do it that fast.
I have no clue about the voice leading you just showed. It's the thing is, guitar is infinite, and harmony and melody is infinite. It would never ever make sense to make it a competition. It's always about just learning from everyone and taking it with yourself and internalizing it. It's a self journey. It will never be a competition.
Exactly.
And I would like to emphasize it right now. Anyway, groups of 5 would be. And you can apply this on any position of the 7 positions of C major modes. I don't know if you look at it as modes. It depends what chord is in the background. This will never be an F Lydian until someone plays F.
Right.
For me at
right.
least. Thomas, how did you start to assimilate the Messiaen modes onto the fretboard, which I have no clue about? I would love to hear about that. I've been waiting for this question, so thank you, Stefan.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure he's asking about Messiaen mode 3. Because the first 2 are just shit, I don't know which order. I think it's I think the first one is just whole tone, and the second one would be diminished.
Oh, really? I didn't know. So Messiaen is just something that is over 7 notes.
Well, no, because whole tone would be 6. They were just the symmetrical modes that Oliver Messiaen used the most for like his compositions.
Stefan says yes. Mode 3, please.
Mode 3, okay. So mode 3. So first of all, it helps to know if you know augmented scale. right? Which is an augmented triad. So for G, for example, your augmented triad would be G, B, D sharp, or E flat. I
As
like
in
to call it
symmetrical
E.
augmented scale?
Yeah,
Symmetrical, okay.
symmetrical augmented scale.
Okay.
So basically, it's just stacked major thirds, right? How you take 12 notes, right, which would be your octave, and you divide it into 3, which gives you 4 half steps, which is a major third, right? So that is really what's creating your symmetry there. And then what you do for augmented scale is you just do a chromatic approach note from below into, and that creates augmented scale. Yeah. And a cool way to play that one is not that way because it's the exact same, but I like to do it as 3 note.
Oh. So that will be a 3 note per string?
Yeah, so basically you'd have a G, B flat, B on one string, D, E flat, F sharp, and then it just moves and an octave just repeats.
An octave.
Yeah.
So you always have this first finger moving in the interval of a fifth.
Yeah. And then a fourth.
And then a fourth.
Yeah. Fifth and then fourth.
I gotta practice that. I'm gonna write that down.
So what Messiaen mode 3 is it's really just a augmented scale, but instead of the singular chromatic approach note from below, it's a double chromatic approach note from below. So in G, you'll start with G, for example, and then you'll have double chromatic approach note from below into B, and then double chromatic approach note from below into E flat, and then the same thing in G.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. So when you break the scale down into 3 note per string, the whole pattern stays the same, but it just moves in thirds. So for example, we can't really start it off G because we'll run out of room because of the nut. But if I start it at A, it's just going to be these 3 chromatic approach notes moved in major thirds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now how can I build some cool phrases on that?
The best way to start is just by taking this box, for example. You can create these yeah, you can do stuff like that.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. What I did the most with this stuff was kind of dissect the harmony, figure out what chords fit inside the scale, to create smaller scales out of it, because it ends up being a 9-note scale, which, you know, blowing through 9 notes is kind of a lot, and it's kind of a lot for your ear to handle. So like, you know, like Bergonzi and stuff, he creates like all these pentatonic scales because it's more organized and focused on one sound.
Have you been checking his books?
Yeah, I have
2 books. I never opened them. I should.
I've looked at a few of them. I should be spending a lot more time in those. But yeah, he has a whole book on pentatonics as well as one of the volumes, which is a really good one. So I like to take that approach to it and figure out which ones feel comfortable under my hand. So like one that exists off the root that I really don't like to do because it doesn't feel good under my hand is the Lydian dominant pentatonic. Ooh.
That one?
It's you'll have a 1-3 sharp 4-5 flat 7.
So it's not 4 notes. It is 4 notes?
5.
Cause of?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh. 1, 2. Oh, I see. It's a sharp 9.
No, I'm doing 1-3 sharp 4, 5 flat 7.
Oh, so it's both okay, sharp 4 as in adding a note. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one I don't really like to use much because it doesn't feel very good under my hands. So what I would do from that is raise the flat 7 into a natural 7. So that becomes that, which is a Hira-Joshi. You ever heard of Hira-Joshi scale?
No. Hira-Joshi?
Yeah, so basically this is Hira-Joshi starting off the tritone. So technically it's C sharp Hira-Joshi, which is just it's a Locrian pentatonic, which is 1 flat 2 4 flat 5 flat 7. Which works great over that G augmented.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have a C sharp D, F sharp G, B, C sharp. I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah. 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 It's really, really cool. And I just use that just starting off the G, right? Which basically gives you a Lydian major 7 pentatonic. You can think of it that way. Hira-Joshi. So C sharp Hira-Joshi starting off of G gives you that Lydian sound.
What if you start on F sharp? Is it this one?
Yeah, you could start on F sharp, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. And then from there, so there I have one pentatonic scale, and since the whole thing is symmetrical, and based off the augmented triad, you can take that whole idea and move it in major thirds. So for example, I could have C sharp Hira-Joshi to A Hira-Joshi, and then I could have F.
Is that a cycle or just random chords?
It's just moving it in thirds because the Messiaen scale is symmetrical to major thirds because of that augmented triad. So you have that stacked third principle.
How did you figure that one out? Just from playing? For trying out?
Just from playing, yeah. It's got like a three tonic system idea.
So basically, if I have this, I can move this in major thirds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I will be in the Messiaen, in the same Messiaen mode 3.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm taking it,
yeah. So for example, I'll try to check this out. Let me see. So I'll go up C sharp Hira-Joshi, and then I can come down A Hira-Joshi, and then go up F.
F. That was F.
Yeah. Just voice leading though. So I was going.
Oh wow.
C sharp Hira-Joshi from G. And then I come down A Hira-Joshi, which you would resolve your B into B flat. So now you have B flat A. And then you go up F, but from B flat. Like that.
I'm gonna check the live stream after that and transcribe it.
Yeah.
Can you just play more stuff with that?
With that? Yeah. What I like to do more with something like that is create arpeggios and move them in thirds. It's a little bit easier to think of. So like, for example, you can take a 2-1-2. So basically just arpeggiating that pentatonic scale. So you'd have 1 flat 2, flat 5, flat 7 to root. Works over G. Let's see if I can hold that chord. Right? See how that works?
I gotta learn this one. I gotta try. So, okay, so explain it to me slowly for a second. Let's take it step by step. So, the first chord is gonna be a major 7 with a sharp 4 added into it. So it's gonna be 5 notes. And I'm not gonna start from the root. It's gonna be starting from the 5th.
So I think of it this way. I think of all pentatonic scales as being minor. So I'm really thinking of the C sharp Hira-Joshi because it's more of a minor quality because it comes from Locrian. So really what I'm thinking is when I'm starting off G is I'm just starting off of a mode of C sharp Hira-Joshi pentatonic.
When you say C sharp Hira-Joshi pentatonic, you mean these are the notes if I'm practicing it from the root?
So the notes would be C sharp D, so 1 to flat 2, F sharp G, 4 to flat 5, and then flat 7 to 1.
So it changed from the previous one we did on G, didn't it?
Well,
Okay,
what
I
I was doing was the C sharp Hira-Joshi from G, and I was explaining how I was thinking of that as a major 7 sharp 11 idea, because when you look at it and play it starting off G rather than playing off C sharp, you would have your G, which is your flat 5, to B, which is the flat 7, C sharp, which is the root, D, which would be the flat 9, and then F sharp, which would be your 4, relative to C sharp. But when you break that down relative to G, you'd have 1, 3, sharp 11, 5, major 7.
Okay.
See what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
It was a second inversion arpeggio.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Actually, it would be, what would it be?
That's the note?
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's, this is complicated.
It's very complicated. Okay. It's weird.
So it's a 5-note arpeggio called 𝐕-𝐲𝐲𝐕, from the root, it is constructed as a root third, sharp 4/5, major 7, and you're starting it from the second inversion, from the second inversion. That means you're starting from C sharp, and then you're connecting it to another one, a major third above.
Yeah, but Hira-Joshi would be actually starting from C sharp. That's the root. So Hira-Joshi actually turns into 1 flat 2, 4 flat 5, flat 7. So when I started off G, I'm really just playing a mode of C sharp Hira-Joshi, which would be
1 flat 2. Sorry, I'm slow. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, 1 flat 2.
It's 11 p.m. here.
1 flat 2, 4 flat 5, flat 7.
1 flat 2, 4 flat 5, 7. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
and I just use that off of G because for me the
what
typical
would be a good symbol? CHJ maybe? CHJ can be a good.
I would just write the whole thing out. It's Hira-Joshi, which is a HIROJOSHI. Hira-Joshi.
I'm just looking for a shortcut when I practice.
Yeah.
C sharp HJ, just
HJ, yeah. Yeah, whatever works.
You gotta know your C sharp HJ.
You have to know that, man. To get the gigs, you gotta know your Hira-Joshi scales.
Alex said, do you know Alex Androcus?
Yes.
Is he your friend?
Yeah,
Cool.
but
Up,
buddy from here.
He said, I love listening to this type of conversation. I'm glad I learned enough in high school band to basically understand what's going on. Cool. Well, that means a lot because we never know if you guys are enjoying over there or you're just like, we're totally Messiaen with your head. So, yeah, so let us know if you're enjoying it or not or whatever. But anyway, so, yeah, C sharp HJ.
Yeah.
Okay, what should I do now?
I like to just work out the whole scale of that in like one position. Right.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and then from there, I typically like to develop different ways of playing through the pentatonics. You know, you can move in the fourth approach, or you could create just moving in adjacent strings, like coming down a fourth, going down a diatonic step, then up a fourth.
Oh, yeah. So it's the same notes, but it's the same 5 notes, you're grouping them differently?
Differently, yeah.
So it's like... sorry, let me hear it one time. So what... If there's no...
You'd have the flat 9. Yeah, there you go.
Is there a free?
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay,
yeah.
I got it.
So I work them out that way, and then I work them in arpeggios.
Would you say one can categorize this one as I am going to work on hexatonics? Would that be the phrase you say when you're entering the practice room with such concepts?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
That's it? Because I never knew what hexatonics really mean.
Well, this is
Thanks, Dado.
This is pentatonics, so 5 notes.
All right, it's pentatonics.
Yeah.
I had a similar concept I want to show you. I called it to be or not to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably just an exercise, but it really opens up stuff for me also in free practice and improvisation and stuff. But I'm basically just taking like a B, and I'm going through the different arpeggios. So major 7, 7, minor 7, flat 5, and then the alteration. Major 7,
right.
You can move the 5s. 7, you can move the 5s, as in sharp 5, flat 5.
Right.
And minor 7, you can raise the 7, so you get a minor major 7. That's the kind of alteration.
Mm-hmm.
And minor 7 flat 5 would just be an alteration of diminished major 7, as in playing a higher 7. That's kind of the way I looked at it, because I'm not really looking into minor 7 sharp 5, because that just sounds like a 9 chord to me.
Right.
So I keep that out, but it's basically B major 7. Okay, I got that from B. Now I'm going to try to play. Yeah. Okay,
good.
So that's it. Then I'm going to play just, and it's a way simpler concept with all those Messiaen stuff that I got to check out. But and dominant. And I'm always starting from B. I'm just adjusting the notes. And then I have minor 7. Right? And then I have minor 7 flat 5. So, right, so now we can go and then back in the next chord. And then up in minor 7, and then flat to 5. Okay, now, and then we can do the next alterations, so that can be major 7 sharp 5, for example.
Yep.
Or you can play it with the lower 5.
Yeah.
And then you can do the same with 7, and you can do the same with the minor major 7, and then you get all the way to diminished major 7. So that's kind of like a cool way of just taking like one note and basing like any sound on like this one pedal. So
yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea.
And of course, I also hear that in your playing as well, that you have this thought of like, let's say I have G major 7, and then I want to stay on a note.
Yeah.
You know, I'm playing something. Here's one note. Let's milk that note with different sounds. Even if it doesn't work on the chord, it's cool because there's this common note.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the same point of music is always tension and release. And if you can play, so you can basically do any movement you want into a chord tone.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Do you you probably think about those pedal tones, right? Sometimes. I mean, I can hear it from the stuff
Sometimes a little bit. I can't think of an example right now, but yeah, I guess I think more of just changing the chord each time, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a really cool approach. Sounds really nice.
So we want to do this again, so we don't want to milk all of our sources in one go. So we're gonna end this in a minute or two. And do you guys have any last questions people who are still watching, something you want to know about guitar. It doesn't need to be super crazy. It can be really simple. So now's the time. And okay, so I guess we're gonna end.
Cool.
Thomas, man, it's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. I really hope next time I'll ask you, we'll do this again.
Yes, would love to.
My brother.
Always great hanging with you, man.
Yes, my friend.
Yeah, let's hang you and I later this week too. Share some more ideas.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
We're gonna do it. And for anyone who is still tuned in, I'm gonna be here live. I'm gonna be here live next week. So see you here and see you soon.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.